ReJoyce Reborns. I am here with my beautiful critters doing a highly requested video, and I'm going to show you all my critters. I'm going to go through their names, their ages, and their breeds or types of critters. The first thing I do when I get home at night is I do my animal rounds. I do them once in the morning and once at night. So I'm going to take you on my rounds. I'm going to fill their food and water. This is Willow. Willow's going to be 2 in August. Yes, you are. She is a Chihuahua mini pin pom, and her name is Willow Ann. That's her middle name, is Ann. This is Max here playing with his toys. These are not all the dog's toys. That's like not even half of the dog's toys. This is Max. His name is Maxwell Velcor because he looks like a luck dragon, and he is 15 years old. He is a Shih Tzu Beagle cross, and he is a rescue, and he is totally blind. Max was hit by a car, and then his owner let him out again out front for some reason. He was hit by another car, and he was left in a corner of the house. They couldn't afford vet care, so they gave him to me. We took him to the vet. He had some swelling on his brain, so he's a little bit, the vet calls it dense, for lack of better words, but he's a good boy and he's happy. Willow is not a rescue. Rob bought me Willow. So those are those 2, and now I will take you with me. I got all my animal stuff out, so to get them some dog food is we keep in this bin, and I just use this, and they get 2 scoops. 2 scoops usually fills the bowl. I just set you all down for a moment, please. And then I just pick up whatever little bits that they spilled over, if they spill anything over, and throw them out. And now I'm going to fill their water, which I do twice a day to keep it fresh, because it gets grody. Now the cats and dogs drink out of this water bowl. It's actually a basin from the dollar store. It's not meant to be used as a water bowl. Hang on one second. I am just going to get something to drink. So I'm not filling it. What I use to clean it with is just toilet paper. That way I just wipe and throw away. And it's not a face cloth that I would use for, a dishcloth I would use for my dishes. But I wipe it down, and this I do twice a day, because it gets grody. And now I'm just going to give it a rinse, and fill her up. And sometimes I walk away to go do another critter, and this ends up overflowing and all over the floor. So we are not going to let that happen today. We're just going to wait, and I will be right back. So the dogs and cats are the only critters of mine that drink the actual Brantford water. All the smaller animals get bottled water because our water is high in chlorine and chemicals, but the dogs are okay with it. The next thing I do is I usually feed the mice and give them water, but today I actually have to change them, and the mice are in here because of the cats. They are actually going to be moving up to our bedroom, but it's hard to believe I just changed that 3 days ago. It's gross. So I'm going to put them there for now. And these are Vixen's babies. She had 12 babies, and some passed away. So in here are all her boy babies. There's Joe Blitzen. They're the black mice, Joe and Blitzen. Joe is friendlier. And then the brown mice are Donner, Prancer, and Rudolph. Rudolph is always in the wheel right there, and thus doing so, he has a little bald patch on his bum from running in the wheel so much, but the vet said that is fine, and Joe loves Willow, always has. So I'm going to change them right now. I'm going to get Donner off of here. And what's really funny with these guys is I rigged this water bottle here, and this water, hey, no fighting. This water will only last them a day. They go through that much. So I just empty out all the stuff in there. Their toys have to be taken downstairs to the sink, my laundry sink, and washed because they get gross and peed on and whatnot. So this needs to be washed as well. Oh my goodness, Joe, get out. Joe. And it has to be oiled because it squeaks. So I'm going to go get a container that I use to put the mice in, and I'll be right back. So what I do is I just put them in this Tupperware container with a lid because they will run away, and they have. And I have actually had to find 2 mice that took off, but it was the 2 females. I know this looks horrible, but I'm not hurting them when I'm picking them up by the tail. It's actually a safer way to do it. Willow, come on. It's the safest way to handle them because they don't like being picked up. So they sit in there, and then I put the lid on, and then I go and wash out their water bowl. And I'm going to wash out their water bowl in the sink because, oh shoot, I dropped a shell. Because it does get gross. I don't know how much you can see there, but I'm just going to wash off the water bottle. And I do not fill this water bottle with Brantford water. Like I said, our water is high in chemicals, so the smaller animals cannot handle the chemicals that are in our water, and it will actually make them sick and possibly kill them. But they get this bottled water, Nestle. Okay, so I washed and dried their bowl, and I only wash it in hot water. They cannot have dish soap, and I've washed this in hot water and filled it up. So now I'm just going to empty the tank itself, and for that I use a pair of gloves to grab up the shaving. And it's this bag that I get, and this whole bag of pine shavings cost me $5, and it's 78 liters and expands up to 140 liters. So this is the shavings I use for the mice and the snake. Into the tank because they've pooped in here. So when I put them back in, watch out, sweetheart. When I put them back in, I just do that. It's easier and less stressful on them. And then I will wash that out for next time. Now I just hang on their water. This is so hard to do one-handed, you guys. I actually made this little contraption myself. And I get them their food. I do make their food myself, and they are running low, so I need to go out tomorrow and buy the stuff and make some more food for them. So now I'm just going to take their toys and wash them because they're great. Like, that's just 2 days, you guys. But they're grody and gross. But I'm going to put the top on them because Willow is way too interested. So I'll be right back. I'm going to wash. So the toys should look like that when they are washed and dried. Is what I just did downstairs in my laundry sink. And the swing goes here for them. And their little hut goes here. That's just a sticker that it came on with. And the little jingle bell goes here. Now these guys are going to stay right there for now because I need to do the girls. You know, they don't make as big as messes as the boys do. This wheel is 18 years old and still going strong. There. They love their wheel. Okay. So the girls, Vixen is the mama. Here. There. And in here we have Dasher and Dancer. So what I do, watch out Willow. Willow is very interested in everybody. She loves her brothers and sisters. These guys, like, I bought her, she was a feeder mouse for a snake, and I bought her because we wanted to save a life. So I bought her, and she ended up having 12 beautiful babies. Out of that 12 beautiful babies, 7 lived, is which were, they ran away on me, is what we're left with now. Yeah, I gotta sit you guys down, like so. So I can dump this in the garbage. The only reason why there is duct tape on this cage is because, see, they're not, that's clean. They are escape artists, and they love to escape. So what I had to do was duct tape that because they did escape. Now this cage is also a little bit tricky because you have to get this off. And see, there's Vixen. Vixen's in there. Now I need to get the girls. And they are jumpers, so they will run. And then I just put this lid back on them, and I will see. Pickier, so, but a lot easier to change because they don't make such big a mess. Now I'm not fond of these cages, but it was all they had at the moment. So, and then I just put their house goes over here. Their wheels over a little bit too much. And this is a anti-squeaking wheel. Oh, yeah, it's over too much. They won't be able to drink. There. So that's the anti-squeaking wheel. And then they got their little toy. And I have to fill their bowl. Y'all, I'm trying to do this as best I can one-handed. So there's their food, and it goes in the corner over there. And their water is on the outside, like so. And I will switch that out. Even though it's full, I always switch it out every day. Fresh water is so important for them. Hang on a second. Let me get some. Okay, so now I'm going to put the two back on the side and their bed in the top. So that's their bed. Just clips in like that and then opens up. And I always put a little bit of shavings in there, not too much, because they only like a little bit. I think that's too much though. There. Okay. And now I will put the tube back on. It's just quite simple slide and lock. And I'll grab these two girls. Oop! Don't bite. Willow. Yeah, not happy. I did not hurt her. She just doesn't like being held. And as their treats, they love these. Absolutely love them. So what I do is I just break a milk bone. Apparently not with one hand. I break a milk bone like that. And I just toss it up here in their bed. Up there. And they get one little half for each of them. And then I will lock the cage, save that half for the boys, and I will give them their water. So then it just fits in that little hole on the back of the cage, like that. So now I'm going to do the boring part of sweeping, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm giving the boys their treats now. They each get a half of the milk bone. And I just scatter them around the cage like that. And then these guys go back, because I have to sweep this floor now. Like I said, I don't change them every day. I change them every 2 days. Sometimes 3 with the girls. And the bathroom is not a permanent solution. It's just temporary until I take them upstairs to our bedroom. So this is just the safest spot for them right now with the cats. And I'm just going to sweep up this mess here, and I'll be right back. So the floor is swept, but I still have to do Benjamin. He is my other mouse that I got 2 Christmases ago. Not this Christmas, but the last Christmas. So I'll leave that here because Benjamin is in that cage there. Noelle used to be in that cage there with him, but she passed away. So, and I used to have a rabbit named Penny, but she passed away. She was 5. She was a Rex rabbit, which is good for her age. Noelle was 4.5. She was just a feeder mouse. All the mice here are rescues. They were feeders. Meant just to breed and live to feed snakes. We feed our snake frozen mice. Like we freeze them. We don't freeze them, but they come pre-frozen to the pet store. They're humanely gassed, and then we put them in warm water to thaw them out and feed them to the snake. He does not get live. So next, I'm going to introduce you to Mugwai here. So this is Mugwai. He needs food as well. He is a red-bellied parrot, cousin to the smaller parrot, the Signal, and the Connor, the green-cheeked Connor. So here he is. Mugwai gets newspaper in the bottom of his cage because he loves ripping it apart. Mugwai, what are you doing? Yes, he does talk. He says my nickname, Corky. Hello. You want some food? Come on, get in your cage. Mugwai. And as you can see, he ripped apart all that newspaper. Hi, Mugwai. Hi, Mugwai. Hello. Can you go in your cage so I can feed you? Hang on, I need 2 hands for this. Come on. Get in there. Good boy. He likes to dance to music. He talks. He's just a really happy boy. He also needs to be changed today. I think my husband is going to do him for me. And because he soaks his food, this is his water. He soaks his food in this water, and hence the green color. So I'm going to go fill his, or wash out his dish and then fill it with bottled water, and I'll be right back. Now Mugwai gets water daily, but his dish of food will last him 2 days. So, and he is changed every 3 days as well. Everybody is changed. All the mice are changed every 3 days, including Mugwai, even though he's not a mouse. The turtle is changed once a week. The snake is changed once a week. Atreyu, his sand is not changed, but the poop is scooped out of his cage. I'll talk about him in a minute. And he gets fresh food and water every day. And now that Mugwai is done, we're going to move on to Samson. Samson is a red-eared slider turtle. He is 6 years old, and he's a rescue. And right now, I am going to see if this will work. Yes, it will. Hope the camera doesn't fall, and feed him. Now, Samson will live to approximately 130 to 140 years old. So people just don't understand that. Sometimes, like, it's an innocent thing when they get the turtle. They don't realize they live so long. And he is a rescue as well. All my animals are rescues, except for Willow, my monitor, and my bunny wasn't. So he gets those. They're treats. And I'm just going to give him his treats now. And my husband is doing the bird, changing him for me. And now we're going to move on to Atreyu. Atreyu is a savanna monitor lizard. He is not full grown. His full grown self will be about 5 feet. We are building him a cage. And he is shedding. So he's a tad. So Atreyu is shedding, as you can see. So he's a tad miserable. This is his plate. He gets chicken on that. And this is his water dish. And Atreyu's sand gets changed once a month because it's a 40-pound bag of sand that's put in here, and then I just scoop out his poop. He gets water daily, and he gets fed chicken daily. And I just don't, like, he crawls in this, so he gets all the sand in there, and I don't want... I did have a bigger water bowl for him. I was going to put it in. I put it in, and he literally flipped. He did not like the big water bowl, so yeah, that went away. So he gets bottled water. I'm sure when he's bigger, he will be thankful for a water bottle, a bigger water thing. I'm just going to set you down in the cage with him. Atreyu's main diet is chicken, eggs, like boiled eggs, crickets, and frozen fuzzies because they're smaller. Today he's having chicken, so it has to be raw, and I just rip it up like that. You can see that raw chicken for him. It has to be no bigger than between his eyes. So that's very important. Now I'm going to go rinse my hands because they're gross. I mean, wash my hands. I've forgotten y'all. Okay, so you got a little sand in you guys. Sorry. Okay, so that's a tray you done. He's got his chicken and his spring water. He's sunning because he's shedding. When they're shedding, they're miserable because it feels like a sunburn to humans. And Atreyu is going to be 2 years old. So he is done now. I do this every evening with him. Benjamin over here is in this cage so that he's in a cage so that he's safe from the cats. He doesn't need to be changed because I just changed him the other day. He is 2 years old almost, and he is blind completely. He has cataracts, and he bites. So we don't take Ben out. Ben bites. Ben has food and water because I just did him 2 days ago. Or yesterday I gave him food and then I changed him. So that's it for animals on this floor. I'm going to take you upstairs now to my husband's office to show you my rat and snake. Where did I put that bottle of water? Oh, there it is. Okay, so now we're going to go upstairs. And that is Dren. Dren is a rescue rat. She is 2. She was on the list to be eaten by a snake. Her cage may look a mess, but I promise you it's not. I just changed it yesterday. So that's her tube. That's her plate where she gets her treats. That is all her toys that she's piled there and ripped apart. Dren does not like to be held. She doesn't bite. She just... I mean, if you were going to be fed to a snake, you wouldn't want to be held either. So she's very smart. She can't escape this cage. It is cable tied shut. Now, her bowl is empty because I fed her yesterday. So she needs more food. And then I'll have to go back down and get her milk bone. So her food is over in this corner. And this is her plate where I put treats on for her, such as French fries and little pieces of meat and chicken and stuff that she gets. Today it's going to be dog bones, and she does need water. So I'm going to shut this. And I named her Dren. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the movie called Splice. Dren was the little alien creature on Splice, or whatever creature they bred there. So that's not enough water for her. I'll have to go back downstairs and get another bottle. It's okay for now. I'll do that in a bit because I want to continue with the critters here to show you everything. So we put Dren's cage against the wall like this. And it just prevents her from getting out. Now, this is my husband's snake. I bought him for his 40th birthday. His name is Rusty. He also gets spring water. And he's in his house right now. I don't know if he's going to let me take him out, but he's very docile. He's very friendly. Come on, Rusty. Come on, Rusty. Come on. It's surprising he fits in his house because, as you can see, I'm going to disturb him for a minute. He's huge. Ooh, Rusty, where are you going? He's huge. So, Rusty. Rusty is a corn snake. He will be 2 years old this June. He has never bitten, never struck at us because we feed him frozen thawed. And what frozen means is the mice come pre-frozen. You keep them in your freezer. You thaw them out in warm water, and then you feed them to the snake. And that's supposed to make them more docile. So that's Rusty. And Rusty's a camera ham. And he does not like going back in his cage. And these are the tongs we use to feed Rusty. So, this is Santana Anna. She is a black and white kitten. She was abandoned with her 2 sisters and brother and mother in a window well, and I got the call because I do own my own animal rescue, and I rescued her. And she wasn't doing so well, so I was going to keep her for a little bit longer so that I could get her hydrated and vet care and stuff, and she just never ended up leaving. Her mom and her brothers found a home. Journey, I believe, is right here. This is Journey. You've met him before. He is also a rescue. Journey's in my bedroom. Journey was duct taped in a box behind a restaurant with his mother and 1 brother. I found them both a home, and I kept Journey. Right, Journey? And he's Journey Meander. His middle name is Meander, and he will be 3. July 23rd on my birthday. So that is all my critters. I hope you enjoyed this video of my little zoo. I do rescue, and I do place animals in foster homes that I have around the city, and then I find them homes. And Santana Anna, there she is. So, she's a good girl. I don't know how anyone could dump a baby. So this is probably going to be an extremely long video, but I hope y'all enjoy the critters. I love you. I hope you all have a good rest of the evening, or whatever time you're watching this at, whatever time it uploads at, and we'll see you in the next one.